What if a single message sent in the middle of the night could change everything between Jungkook and Taehyung? What if the words everyone had been waiting for were never meant for the public, yet somehow became the beginning of a story that touched millions of hearts? Before we begin, remember that this is a work of fan fiction created purely for entertainment. If this story makes you smile, laugh, or even tear up, don't forget to leave a comment sharing your favorite moment, like this story, and follow for more emotional fan fiction inspired by BTS. Now let's begin. The rain had been falling over Seoul since sunset, covering the city in a silver curtain that blurred the lights outside the apartment windows. It was one of those quiet evenings when even the busiest streets seemed to whisper instead of shout. Inside his apartment, Taehyung sat alone near the window with a cup of warm coffee that had already gone cold. Music played softly in the background, but he barely noticed it. For weeks, his thoughts had wandered in circles. Life after military service had been exciting, exhausting, and surprisingly complicated. Schedules were filling up again. Meetings, recordings, photo shoots, interviews, and endless planning sessions had become part of daily life once more. Yet despite all the excitement surrounding BTS's reunion, there was one thing Taehyung couldn't stop thinking about. Jungkook. Not because they had argued. Not because something terrible had happened. But because something had quietly changed. They still laughed together whenever the members gathered. They still exchanged playful jokes during rehearsals. Cameras continued capturing their smiles, giving ARMY every reason to believe everything was exactly as it had always been. But Taehyung noticed the small things. The pauses. The unfinished conversations. The moments when Jungkook seemed ready to say something but stopped himself. It wasn't distance anyone else could see. It was the kind only close friends could feel. That evening, Taehyung unlocked his phone for what felt like the 100th time. Nothing. No new messages. He smiled bitterly. "You're overthinking again," he whispered to himself. Maybe he was. Maybe everyone simply had different schedules. Maybe adulthood was changing all of them. He placed the phone face down and closed his eyes. Across the city, Jungkook stood alone in his own apartment, staring at a message he had rewritten more than 20 times. Delete. Rewrite. Delete again. Every version felt wrong. How could someone explain feelings that had built up silently for years? Not romantic feelings. Not dramatic misunderstandings. Just gratitude. Respect. And an appreciation that had become difficult to express after growing older. He remembered being 15 years old. He remembered Taehyung making him laugh whenever trainee life became overwhelming. He remembered countless late-night conversations. He remembered shared meals, shared dreams, shared fears. Most importantly, he remembered never needing words back then. Now words felt impossible. Finally, after taking a deep breath, Jungkook typed one last message. "Hyung, I don't know why this has become so difficult to say. Maybe because we're older now. Maybe because life moves too fast. But I just wanted you to know something." He paused. His thumb hovered above the keyboard. Then he continued. "Thank you for never changing the way you cared about me. Even during the times when I was too busy, too quiet, or too distracted to notice. I don't say this enough, but I'm really grateful that you're part of my life. No matter how much time passes, you're still someone I can call family." He stared at the screen. Should he send it? Would it sound awkward? Too emotional? Too random? He laughed quietly. "This is ridiculous." Before he could change his mind, he pressed send. The message disappeared. There was no taking it back. Several seconds later, Taehyung's phone vibrated. He almost ignored it. Instead, he reached for the phone without thinking. When he saw Jungkook's name, his heartbeat skipped. He opened the conversation. as he read the message once, then twice, then a third time. The room suddenly felt strangely quiet. His eyes rested on one sentence longer than the others. "You're still someone I can call family." Taehyung smiled. Not the smile fans usually saw. Not the confident smile captured by cameras. A small smile filled with relief. He leaned back against the sofa. "So that's what you've been trying to say." Without realizing it, his eyes became watery. Not because he was sad. Because sometimes the simplest words arrive exactly when they're needed most. Outside, the rain continued falling. Inside two different apartments across Seoul, either of them knew that one honest message had already changed everything. Not because it solved a problem, but because it reminded them that some friendships never need grand gestures. Sometimes, all it takes is the courage to say what has always been in your heart. Taehyung kept staring at the glowing screen long after the notification sound had faded into silence. The words refused to leave his mind. They were simple, almost ordinary, yet they carried a warmth that no elaborate speech could ever replace. He leaned back against the sofa and laughed softly to himself. "So, that's what you've been trying to tell me all this time." Outside, the rain tapped gently against the window, creating a rhythm that matched the calm beginning to settle inside his heart. For the first time in weeks, the uneasy feeling that had quietly followed him disappeared. He placed the phone on the coffee table, intending to reply after gathering his thoughts. 5 minutes passed. Then 10. Every sentence he typed felt too short. Too formal. Too emotional. He deleted them all. Meanwhile, across the city, Jungkook was beginning to regret sending the message. "What if I made things awkward?" He covered his face with both hands. "Maybe I shouldn't have sent it." Every passing minute without a reply made him more nervous. He walked around his apartment, opened the refrigerator, closed it again without taking anything, turned on the television, muted it after only a few seconds. His eyes kept drifting back to his phone. Nothing. He sighed. "I guess he's asleep." Just as he placed the phone on the kitchen counter, it vibrated. Taehyung. Jungkook froze. For a moment, he simply stared at the screen before opening the message. "You know, I was trying to find the perfect words to answer you." Jungkook smiled. The message continued. "But then I realized something. We spent years talking about everything and nothing at the same time. Maybe we don't need perfect words anymore." He kept reading. "Thank you for trusting me enough to send that message. Honestly, I felt the same way. Life became busy. We all changed. But every time I see you smile, I still remember the kid who used to laugh over the smallest things. I'm proud of the person you've become." Jungkook's smile slowly widened. Then another message arrived. "Your family to me too." Only 5 words. Yet they felt heavier than entire conversations. Jungkook let out a relieved laugh. "I knew it." Almost immediately, he replied. "Coffee tomorrow?" A typing indicator appeared almost instantly. "Only if you're buying." Jungkook laughed out loud. "You haven't changed at all. Neither have you." For the first time in what felt like months, their conversation flowed naturally. They talked about music they had recently discovered, about the funny habits of the other members, about food they missed during military service, about dreams they still hoped to achieve together. Hours passed unnoticed. The rain outside eventually stopped. Morning arrived quietly over Seoul. The next afternoon, they met at a small cafe tucked away on a peaceful street. It wasn't a famous place, nor was it one frequently visited by celebrities. They simply wanted somewhere quiet. When Jungkook walked through the door, Taehyung was already sitting by the window. They looked at each other for a second. Then both laughed. What? Taehyung asked. I don't know, Jungkook admitted. Last night felt like we were preparing for the world's most serious conversation. And now? Now it feels silly. Taehyung nodded. Sometimes the things we worry about only exist in our heads. Jungkook sat down. I've been thinking a lot lately. About what? About time. Taehyung listened carefully. We always assumed we'd have endless opportunities to say thank you. Endless chances to tell people they're important. But somewhere along the way, I realized we keep postponing those moments. Taehyung remained silent. Jungkook looked out the window. I didn't want another year to pass without saying it. For a brief moment, neither of them spoke. The silence wasn't uncomfortable. It was peaceful. Taehyung finally smiled. I'm glad you sent that message. So am I. Their coffees arrived. Steam curled gently into the air. Around them, conversations from other customers blended into a soft background melody. Neither of them noticed that a small sketchbook rested on the corner of Taehyung's bag. Jungkook pointed at it. You're drawing again? Taehyung nodded. A little. Can I see? It's not finished. That's never stopped me before. Taehyung hesitated before handing it over. Jungkook slowly turned the pages. There were landscapes, clouds, city lights, old buildings. Then he stopped on one page. It showed 7 small figures standing beneath a sky full of stars. No faces, just silhouettes. But anyone who knew their story would understand exactly who they represented. At the bottom of the page, written in tiny letters, was a single sentence. No matter how far our paths take us, home is wherever the 7 of us stand together. Jungkook looked up. You drew this? Taehyung nodded shyly. I started it months ago. Jungkook carefully closed the sketchbook. I think one day. What? I hope we can look back on everything we've been through and realize that every challenge only made us appreciate each other more. Taehyung smiled. I think we're already starting to. Outside the cafe, the clouds slowly parted, allowing warm sunlight to spill across the streets of Seoul. Neither of them knew what the future would bring. New albums, new stages, new memories. But one thing felt certain. Sometimes the strongest friendships aren't defined by spectacular moments or grand declarations. Sometimes, everything changes because someone finally finds the courage to send one honest message. This story is a work of fan fiction inspired by BTS. The characters and events depicted are fictional and created solely for entertainment purposes.